Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Government releases 384 medicines under the National List of Essential Medicines. Naga Students Federation urges government to conduct NSSB examination based on meritocracy, fairness and transparency. BJP National President JP Nadda to arrive in Nagaland on September 15th. And 3-day session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly to begin from September 20. Now the news in detail. The government has released 384 medicines under the National List of Essential Medicines (NLEM). Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya released the updated version of NLEM 2022 today at an event in New Delhi. Dr. Mandaviya called NLEM plays an important role in ensuring the accessibility of affordable quality medicines at all levels of health care. He said these medicines will improve the quality of health care. The Health Minister elaborated that the list has been formulated after extensive consultations with the stakeholders. Dr. Mandaviya added that the National Pharma Pricing Authority will now determine and regulate the price of these medicines so that affordable medicines are available for the people. Naga Students Federation (NSF) has urged the state government to conduct the Nagaland Staff Selection Board (NSSB) examination based on meritocracy, fairness and transparency. Addressing a press conference in Kohima today, NSF President Kegwan Dep said the reality of NSSB is a long overdue desire for the students' community, particularly for the aspirants. While appreciating the efforts of the government for implementing the NSSB, Dep said there should not be any room for loopholes in the processes of examination. He said with regard to the recent advertisement under NSSB, the student community felt apprehensive on the outcome of the advertisement, where 12.5% of marks in any category is allocated for via voce or interview. Dep said this will create room for manipulation in the process of examination. Dep said in this regard, the NSF, who represent the aspirants, object to this and has written an objection letter to the Chief Secretary to either scrape the interview system or to minimize the marks allotted for the viva voce. Dep stressed that NSF wants to ensure that all the available vacancies are sent to the board so that all vacant posts in different government departments can be recruited under the board. In this regard, he said the NSF filed an RTI in all the departments to send all available vacancies. However, Dep informed that the total number of available vacancies in the RTI and the vacancies sent to the board did not tally. The NSF claimed that there were disparities in almost all the departments and asked the departments to cooperate with the student body for the interest of the students' community and send all the vacancies which comes under the purview of NSSB so that examinations can be conducted by the board in a free and fair manner. NSF further claimed that there are still some major departments which are yet to send a number of vacancies to the board and urged the concerned departments to speed up the process so that the board can conduct the first phase of examination at the earliest. BJP National President JP Nadda will be visiting Nagaland on September 15. This will be Nadda's maiden visit to the state. Upon his arrival, the National BJP President is scheduled to address a public rally at Old Ripim D. Mandal in Woka at 12 p.m. Nadda will thereafter proceed to Kohima to address the BJP leaders at Cultural Hall, Kohima, by 3:30 p.m. The 12th session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly will be held from 20th to 22nd of September. The Business Advisory Committee of the Assembly, under the chairmanship of NLS Speaker Sharingan Longoma, yesterday finalized the provisional program for the 3-day session, which begins from September 20. Business to be taken up during the session will include reporting on assent to the bills, obituary reference, question hours, laying of annual administrative reports, introduction of the government bills, and laying of Controller and Auditor General reports, besides discussion on matters of urgent public importance and adoption of government resolution, if any, have been listed. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that the government will do everything for industries to come and invest in India. Speaking at the 15th edition of the Mind Summit in New Delhi today, Sitharaman said a lot of companies are looking to move their manufacturing operations out of China and want to come to India as they find policies are more attractive. Sitharaman said foreign direct investment and foreign portfolio investment are coming, and countries abroad think that India is the right place for investment. Founder, chairman of Living for Environment, Nick Sangla Jamir stressed on the importance of proper segregation and disposal of dry and wet garbage waste. Addressing the one-day information, education and communication awareness program cum waste management training yesterday at Town Hall, Woka, Jamir said segregation of waste helps in paving the way for concepts of waste management such as composting, recycling, and incineration, and also helps in reducing waste in landfill, which in turn prevents land, water, and air pollution. Jamil said waste should be segregated at source so that it can be treated scientifically. Assistant Urban Development Officer Woka Kiniholi Kinimi said the purpose of the workshop was to sensitize the public in sorting and separating waste to facilitate recycling and correct disposal of waste. The workshop was attended by 206 trainees from various groups. District Tuberculosis Officer Zonobudo Dr. Aaron has said that Nikshay program under National Tuberculosis TB Elimination Program aims to make India free from TB by 2025. Addressing the Zonobudo District Planning and Development Board today, Dr. Aaron said the Nikshay program provides free diagnosis and medicines and nourishments for TB patients. Dr. Aaron further appealed to the board for its continued effort and support towards elimination of TB and achievement of the goals on time. Earlier, Deputy Commissioner Zonobudo Rahul Panudas Mali also apprised the board over the district blood bank. Mali said all the equipments have reached and the blood bank will tentatively be inaugurated by next week. Chairman Margofed Limited Dr. M. Juba Longoma said Margofed Nagaland is striving to ensure that there is no adulteration in fuel. Inaugurating the MS Margofed fuel outlet at Mugukchung this morning, Longoma said Margofed has been working to ensure that accurate measurement of fuel is practiced, keeping in check the density of the fuel. Longoma further stressed on the need to provide quality fuel and the right quantity to the customers and appealed to proprietors to provide quality service to the public. And in sports, Manipur defeated Nagaland 2-0 in the semi-final match of the ongoing Under-14 Subroto Cup played at New Delhi today. Despite giving a tough fight, Greenwood School Dimapur failed short of goals as Hayrock Higher Secondary School Imphal, Manipur, beat them in style, scoring 2 goals. Nagaland had to be content with as the losing semi-finalist of the tournament while Manipur progressed to the final. In the other semi-final match, Jharkhand beat Chandigarh 3-1 to enter the final. Manipur will now play against Jharkhand in the final match on September 15th. And now 20 news. Here are the main points again. The government releases 384 medicines under the National List of Essential Medicines. Naga Students Federation urges government to conduct NSSB examination based on meritocracy, fairness and transparency. BJP National President J.P. Nadda to arrive in Nagaland on September 15. And 3-day session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly to be held from September 20. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.